This is Andy Purwell for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by the British and Commonwealth Super Lightweight Champion Hakeem Ennis-Brown. Hakeem, how are you doing?
I'm good, my man. How are you, brother? You right?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I appreciate you speaking to me today. Obviously, getting ready now. Only, 6 weeks or so away from fight night?
About that 6 weeks or just under, maybe just under 6 weeks now. So yeah.
Obviously, defending your titles against Sam Maxwell in Birmingham come August 28th. Just first and foremost, how's camp and how preparations been?
Yeah, man. Camp's going good. You know what I mean? Happy in a good place. Just excited. The fight's back on. Been trying to get it back on for a little while. Obviously, due to me pulling out because of injury. I want to get it back. From March, the fight was going to be on. So I was told from May the fight would be back in. And then I think Maxwell ended up suffering a cut from his fight, so he had to wait for a bit. So then it got delayed to June. So I was thinking June that I've been in camp ready, waiting for there. Got told it's going to be July, camp waiting for there. Then I got told nope, August. So I'm saying, you know what? Yeah, definitely August. Fight's been announced now, so there's no going back. So I'm happy, I'm excited, in a great place, and I'm ready to go there and put on a great show, man.
Now, there is one thing I do want to check. Obviously, it's taking place in Birmingham, but I've just seen Brad Foster post that he's had to pull out of his fight with Jason Cunningham due to injury.
What?
Yeah,
Swear down.
just seen a post about half an hour ago. He put it up. So
Oh, no way.
yeah, so I just wanted to check. I mean, if you have had any conversations at all, but are you sure or confident still that the card will go ahead in Birmingham without that fight?
I can't see why not. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's mad. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, I can't. But I spoke to the team today, not long ago, and they said everything was all good. You know what I mean? So till I hear anything else, I'm still ready to go. Um, but yeah, no, that's a shame. I was looking forward to that Brad Foster fight myself, to be honest. You know what I mean? I was looking forward to that. So it's a bit of a shame that that's off. But yeah, I can't see why he wouldn't still go ahead. Like Maxwell's not far from Birmingham. I'm not far from Birmingham, so we still south. The rest of the card are good names on the card. You know what I mean? Like you got Yard and other people on that card. So I can't see why he wouldn't still sour and do good. So yeah, be interested to see.
Akeem, obviously, just coming back to yourself, as we know you're preparing for this Maxwell fight. How frustrating has it been that because of delays up until now, pushing the fight back? How frustrating has that been for yourself?
Um, it's these things, man. You know what? Back when I first was pro or whatever, these things used to annoy me or whatever. Yeah, but I just feel like I'm more experienced now to understand that these things happen. You know what I mean? Like I can't control everything, and I just got all I can control is how fit and me being ready and staying ready. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would like to have got the fight on a long time ago, but it's what it is. As long as we're still gonna get in the ring, still gonna do the business, then I'm okay, man. You know, man, I'm still gonna keep going. I can just focus on me. So yeah.
So I know you're saying you're going to focus on yourself, but with Sam Maxwell, how much of him have you kind of studied? What are you preparing for? What are you expecting from him come fight night?
Matt's the guy you see. What you see is what you get. You know what I mean? So I'm prepared for when I watch Matt. I'm prepared for a good, hard, entertaining fight. That's what I want. Not like you know what I mean. So for me, it's like I just see his levels to this. You know what I mean? So it don't matter. Like he's a great fighter, but I'm a greater fighter, a better fighter, way better fighter. And that's why I can't wait to have to show it to the boxing world. Um, I picked Maxwell voluntarily because I know I have the beating of him. You know what I mean? Not only that, it's like I want to test myself and challenge myself. I could have took way easier options, easier fights, but that's not really what I want. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like I'll do myself any justice as a champion if I'm just fighting any easy people. We had a list of names we could have fighted. I looked through a list of names. Maxwell looked like he was the hardest one out the list. So I said, yeah, give me that. You know what I mean? Like that's what I want. I want to test myself, challenge myself, and I want this to prepare me for the next level. But yeah, like Maxwell, decent fighter, good fighter. Um, but yeah, I think the better the fighter brings out the best in me. So that's what I want. So yeah, it is what it is.
So how, in your opinion, does the fight play out come August 28th?
I beat the out of him. That's how it plays out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna smoke this guy, bro. Like so, ooh, he's getting it. Like, nah, you know what? It's like I think the fight can be a very entertaining fight, a fan friendly fight. You know what I mean? I won like the fans are gonna really enjoy and like. it's a good mix of styles from my style to his style. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be an all-out action-packed fight from start to finish. But yeah, bro, I'm gonna punch this guy up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna get beat up. I'm gonna look good doing it. I'm gonna defend my titles and style. And yeah, like that's what I want. Yeah.
Akeem, just kind of comparing your records, if you look at Sam, he's seen as kind of a bigger hitter of the two of you. But with your own power, do you think it's underestimated? Do you think it's not maybe given as much respect as what your record would suggest?
Yeah, 100%. I think, well, to the public and the wider public audience, yeah, they would not give respect. But with Sam Maxwell, I think he's been around long enough to know not to underestimate me, my power, whatever, and not look at just my record and think it's not that. You know what I mean? He's a smart guy to know that. And if he's not, then he's in for a hell of a shot. You know. But I'm not. I'm not thinking. Yeah, like, you can think this. Like, I know he knows I'm the real deal. I know he's taking me serious. I know that he knows this. It's on. You know, and I know if he knows if he gets caught clean, he's getting out, bro. You know what I mean? One knockout or not, it don't matter. Like, he's getting put out. And I feel like even with him, he probably could be the big puncher, so they say, because of his record. But if we look at his record, his 11 knockouts, they all come from fighting lower level people. You know what I mean? People who you should be knocking out. If you look at my resume, I didn't really have a lot of them fights. You know what I mean? I fighted like from my fifth fight. I stepped up from fighting journeyman, a sixth fight or whatever. You know what I mean? Step into fighting hard fights, away fights where not even 50-50 fights where I'm meant to be losing. You know what I mean? Like, and I've had so many of them. So I think that plays into a lot of why compare Maxwell knockouts to my knockout anyway. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, Maxwell gets caught clean. He's going to sleep, man. He's going night, baby.
Akeem, victory for you in this bout. What would be next for you? Have you considered what you'd like to do after it?
Yeah, kind of. Like, I don't take my eyes off Maxwell, but yeah, I definitely have considered what I'd like next because that kind of motivates me too. Um, but I don't know. Like, for me, I'd beat Maxwell up and sit down with the team and decide what we do after that. You know, ideally, three options are really, you know what I mean. Stay at British, defend it, win it outright, go down the European route, or go down the international route. Um, would I want to stay at the British? Like, I ideally would love to win a British title outright, but then I don't know. Like, you tell me, you're a boxing guy. You know, once I beat Maxwell, except for the guys above me, who else is there domestically that I can really, or kind of really do any justice for me? I think after beating Maxwell, that kind of I cleared out the domestic scene. You know what I mean? With all everybody I beat, say people on my level or below, if you want, you know what I mean. So I don't really want to take a step backwards, and I don't really get up. I don't really get up. Like, I don't really entertain me, or I don't bring out the best of me fighting people who's not like the guys I shouldn't be, or whatever. You know what I mean? Them that fiery in your belly. You know, I don't really get that from the fighting guys below me. So then I wouldn't really want to take the risk of that. And then European, I always wanted to win the European because my thing is this year, I want to win all the traditional bouts. I didn't really get the area, I didn't get no area titles, but straight skip out area titles, go for English, British, Commonwealth. I'd love to add the European before getting the world title, you know what I mean? But then I don't know, like that European, who's the European champion? Sandro Martin. Like, I feel like I got the beating of him. I'd love to fight him. Another guy I think would bring out the best in me. A nice another challenge. Never think it would help my development ready for world level. But um I don't really like. I watched the K Prosper fight when K Prosper, the former English champion, went over to Spain. I didn't really like how they were treating him. You know what I mean? Like the ref getting involved, the judging, all that stuff. Is like kind of just seems. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, they say England's bad sometimes for like crapness, yeah, but Spain took it to a whole new level. But like, so I say straight, if Sandro Martin wants to come over here, defend his European title, I'm down with that fight all day long. If MTK can get him over here or something like that, then yeah. But I doubt he would. So probably not be the European next unless he vacates. So then I'm looking down the international route, you know what I mean? More likely, because I won't work on the nets prepare me for the world level. So I don't know, get me a Mexican or someone else, you know what I mean? Like somebody who's gonna prep me and help my development and get me ready for the next stage. So probably, yeah, international route maybe.
I mean, looking above yourself and the guys who are currently either world level or waiting for their crack is obviously Josh Taylor, who's undisputed, and Jack Catterall, who's mandatory for him. How far off do you
Yeah.
feel you are from maybe not necessarily undisputed level, but certainly maybe say a Jack Catterall position where you're pushing into the height of the rankings and what have you?
I'll put it this way. I don't think no Jack Catchall's gonna fight me. He ain't fighting me anytime soon because it's too big of a risk for him. You know what I mean? He ain't fighting. Now with people like these Jack Catchall, these Lewis Ritz, and all these people, like I'll get the fight with these type of guys when they lose. You know what I mean? Like they'll be calling my name saying, or like the promoters and stuff say, yeah, let me fight these guys when they lose. And the thing is this, yeah, I don't want to fight none of these guys when they've lost. I want to fight them while they're hot, you know what I mean? While they're flying, you know what I mean? Where it means something. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I would love to fight a Jack Catch or something like that now. Like, I mean, like next, straight after, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't see them guys taking a big risk like that when they're up there. And everybody knows now that I'm a big risk with probably not the biggest reward at the moment. So um yeah, I don't know. I don't see them fights happening anytime soon just yet.
I mean, just as a fellow super lightweight and on Josh Taylor, there's a lot of talk about what might be next for him, if it will be the catcher or mandatory, or, you know, Gervonta Davis has been mentioned, Terence Crawford for him. What were your thoughts if Josh faced one of Gervonta or Terence Crawford instead of Jack next? How do you think he'd fare against either of those?
Don't know, you know. I've never asked that question. I never thought of that. That's a good thing. So, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I like Josh, innit? I like Josh. I trained with him and I like him. He's a cool guy. And I like to back my own with the British fighters. So I'll be rooting for him against any of them guys. But I don't know, like, Terence Crawford, like, he's the real deal, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? I believe he's one of the real deals. So that's a big ask. And Gervonta Davis, so for some reason, this guy keeps moving up weight classes and bring the power with him and looking just mad, like, you know what I mean? So I would, I could see him if he can't get hurt by say he fights Gervonta Davis, if he didn't get hurt, I could see him probably beating a Gervonta Davis. You know what I mean? I think he has a good chance to get. He has a very good chance against Gervonta Davis. I believe so. Terence Crawford, that's a big ask because that's a weight above. Like, I don't, I can't. You know what I mean? I don't want to go against Josh, but yeah, I don't know. Terence, you know, he's the man still. Like, I do really highly rate Terence Crawford. I highly rate him. Highly, like, he's one of my favorite boxers. I would say Terence Crawford. Like, from watching. But yeah, I would still be rooting for Josh anyway. So yeah.
Just coming back to yourself again, Akeem, I know I've seen some photos of you not sparring Lee Selby, but I saw a photo of you after sparring Lee Selby. Talk to me about that. What was that experience like?
Yeah, me and Salvi sparred loads. I've sparred hundreds and hundreds of rounds with Salvi. I sparred hundreds of rounds with loads of these top world champions, but with Salvi, I think he's probably one of the people I spent the most at the highest level sparring with and training with and stuff like that. I've learned loads of Salvi over the years, so much, man. And I forgot, like, that's my bro. Like, I got so much respect for him because he always spends the time to, like, show me new tricks, show me these little new things and little things that what can help me in the game. But yeah, it's a great experience. Like, you're always gonna get hard work from Lee Selby. Always, you're never gonna have an easy spar against him, and he's just so adaptable. Like, I love it. Like, because I could have a hard spar with him, go away and come back, and I could be leveled above, thinking, yeah, I'm ready. And then he adapts to something else, or change the style to something else. And then I love that. I love that way how he can keep adapting and changing. He might fight you like as a come forward power fighter 1 minute. He might fight you as a counter puncher another minute. Then he might fight you as just a punch a boxer. You know what I mean? So he's got all these different things, and I love that because I like to absorb and take things from people and learn it and add it to my own arsenal. So yeah, it's brilliant experience sparring with like people like these Salvi, but it's brilliant sparring with all these top level world guys, and I feel like that's what you need, and that's why what preps me for these type of fights, like because you think about like with people like Maxwell, these other guys, they've had the biggest amateur background. I never had that, so I've had to learn by sparring these type of world champions to kind of make up for that. And I think that's why I've been so successful in my career because I've mixed it at such a high level that when I drop back down, it's kind of like nothing, you know. So yeah, it's great, man. It's great.
Akeem, I also saw you post a photo with Chris Jenkins as well. Just get your thoughts on his upcoming fight with Echo Esserman, a past opponent of yours in Chris Hayes.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Chris, man. I think Chris is gonna do the biz. He's looking hot and fire on fire in training. Um, I don't really know too much about that Eckerman guy though. That's the thing, you know what I mean? So I don't really know too much about him. Like, I ain't really studied him or watched him or looked at him too much. But I think Chris has got to beat him anyway because I know Chris Fink is he's a top class fighter, and I just feel like he's been so underrated. You know what I mean? So underrated for what he's done in his career. Um, but yeah, the sport, even with that, it's like it's such a mad sport. You know, boxing is such a mad sport because it's how do we go from fighting a couple of years ago for trying to like kill each other in the ring? You know what I mean? Like, seriously, like, to then both there, friends now, help each other, laughing. You know what I mean? Training, want to go for food, go for you know what I mean? It's so cool. And that's why I just love the sport of boxing because it's weird. Only in boxing would you ever get that where two people could really want to hurt each other, and the next minute it could bring them closer together to want to earn a respect. And even straight after the fight with me and Jenkins, we kind of earned a respect and we became cool. And then he's rooting for me in my next couple of fights. I was rooting for him in his next couple of fights. and then that kind of helped us come together to like even help each other train now and stuff like that. But I like Chris, man. He's a funny guy. He's a madman, you know. Chris Jenkins is a crazy guy. I love him. He's got a good sense of humor. He's got a nice family, nice people. Him, Gary Locker, all the people out there, like a good little setup there. And I think he's gonna go do the business, man. And I think once he does this as well, like people need to start giving Chris Jenkins the respect as well. I think they need to give him the respect because, like I say, he's been around for a long time, and I don't think he's ever got the respect he deserved. Like he's getting it, and he's up there. He's always been a name, but he should be a bigger name, in my opinion. You know, so yeah.
And then Akeem, just the final one, just as it's taking place this weekend. Joe Joyce, Carlos Takam, your thoughts?
Joe Joyce, see that was the fight. I was going to be on that card. See, me and Maxwell, we were originally meant to be on that card for July, and I was looking forward to that because that would have been a big card. Got to see the Joe Joyce attacker fight up close, but for some reason it got pushed back to August now in this new card. Still happy because more crowds allowed back or whatever, so it's a bit better. But yeah, Joyce, man, Joyce. To be honest, yeah, Joyce. Like I think Joyce is going to do it anyway. Something about him. He's just so you know them guys what just you watch them, they look so like dead, but they're so good. Like when you're in there with them. Hey, Jojo's a bit like me. Like you'll watch me on TV and then you'll probably think this guy's style is so ugly or so boring or so dead or we don't do it. But it's so effective, you know what I mean? It gets the job done. And the people in there with them can't do nothing about it or figure it out. So I think it's gonna be the same thing. I think Joyce is gonna be in there just plodding along, boom, looking or whatever, and just keep peppering up, stiffening him up with them jabs, and then probably get the job done late in the rounds, late.
All right, Akeem, we will leave that there now. Leave you to enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for your time and thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Thank you, Oliver Andy. Anytime, bro.